We're going to take a look at an app called Articulation Station Pro, and I'm going to say a couple of things about this before I start going into a review. I can't possibly do justice to this app in the 5 minutes I'm going to spend with you now. If you're looking for an articulation app as a therapist or a professional or even as a parent, this is by far the best articulation app in iTunes right now. It's amazing the way that it's built, the way that it works, the clarity, the pictures, just everything about this app works perfectly. We are going to put this on the website, and we're also going to put the videos on there from the developer and from the speech pathologist who made this app so that you can see everything in full detail. This is an absolutely amazing app. So let's go ahead and have a look. Okay, when we open the app, we come up with the screens with all the sounds to be made by the letters P, B, M, H, W, Y, D, and so on here. If you look at the tools down the bottom right, you can turn the scoring buttons off, the sounds on, scoring sounds on or off, the voice audio on or off, and you can set the pass at 90% rather than 80%. We're going to leave all that as it is. When you click on one of the letters, you have the letter at the top, and just by clicking it, you can get the sound of that letter. You can go through all of them like that to get to learn them, which is great for the kids. Okay, and you'll notice down the bottom here you have words, sentences, and stories. So let's go ahead and go through these one at a time very quickly to show you. Like I said, we don't have the time to do this justice. It would take me at least a good 20 to 30 minutes to show you this amazing app. You come up with two different categories, flashcards and matching. Let's click on flashcards, and what you get is you get to learn all of the words beginning with M, or with M in the middle, or with M at the end of the word. You can also create a word list down the bottom and choose the cards that you want to look at. So if we start with the word at the beginning, with M at the beginning, and we click on the list, you'll see all of the words here associated with M that have the M sound at the beginning. Now you can create your own list by simply deselecting or selecting the ones you want, and you can save that list. If you click on save, it asks you just to give it a name. For now, just for quickness, we'll call it M, and you'll see that it's added to the list M. So you can work on those certain words, and then you can click begin. So let's go ahead and begin with M as the initial.
Mug. Mug.
So you can hear the sound just by touching it. You can actually record mug. Play that back.
Mug.
So the student or the person maybe in the therapy can do that. Every time they say it, you want to click the correct answer. Every time they get it wrong, you want to click the incorrect answer. You can go through them.
Marker. Money. Mittens.
And one thing you'll notice straight away is the clarity of the voice and the beautiful photographs for the pictures. So you'll see at the top you have a score up here. Now if we're done, we can go back out. You can assign it to the student that was using it. We're going to save that. And then go into the data collection on this app, which is just as amazing. And you'll see that the words we were using just now, he got 4 out of 6. If you want to, you can repeat just the missed words, which is really cool, or you can repeat them all. If I click on repeat missed, it takes me back to the pictures
Mug.
that he didn't get quite right. And then
Mittens.
he got them both right. So we'll click done, don't save, and so on. So let's go back out to the home screen and look at another part of this. So go back into words and look at matching. We'll click on final part, so that this is going to be at the end of the word. And it's kind of like a matching game, so you will...
Cub.
And we got lucky. Every time they get to turn the card over, you can have them say the word.
Cherub.
If they get it right, you could press the correct. If they get it wrong, you could press incorrect.
Cab.
Of course, you can go through it without any sound, so they can play for fun. But obviously, when you come onto a word,
Club.
they're going to learn how to do that word. And again, you can record and play that back. So let's go back out of there. We won't save right now. Let's go back to another letter. Let's pick D, and let's go ahead and have a look at sentences. Rotating and unique, two different types. Again, we won't bother with word lists here, but I've explained a little bit about that. Let's go ahead and look at the middle of the word and click on here. Now the way this works is you have the same sentence, and the only thing that changes is the picture on this. So Buddy dropped, we're working on D here, D. So Buddy dropped the soda in the puddle. So it's in the middle of the word. So if he says that,
soda,
you would obviously get it right. If you get it wrong, you click wrong. You can again record, and once you've got this and you want to move on to a new sentence, the sentence stays the same. So maybe those who don't read yet can use this part, but the picture will change. So have a look. So
ladder,
and so on. Now if we change that to unique, what you'll notice is it's a full sentence on here without the rotating pictures.
Jody got the bandage out of the first aid kit. Jody got the bandage out of the first aid kit.
So you can record the entire sentence, or you can concentrate on bandage and again add it or get it wrong. So going back out from there, we won't save the data. Let's keep going. Going on to, sorry, we've gone through that one. Going on to stories, level 1 and level 2. Let's start with initial, and we'll begin. And you can touch the screen to repeat these stories, and this is where it gets great. So
the nurse brought Nancy some nachos at noon.
So working on N. The nurse brought Nancy some nachos at noon.
The nurse brought Nancy some noodles on a spoon.
And again, as you repeat the sentence and get the words right or incorrect, you add them here. You can record it as usual.
The nurse brought Nancy some nuts and nutcrackers. The nurse brought Nancy some chocolate and flowers.
Now watch when you go past that stage. You get into the question part.
What did the nurse bring Nancy at noon? Nachos.
And again, repeating the word, you would go on to here. Continue.
What did the nurse bring Nancy on a spoon?
Not nutcrackers.
Noodles. What did the nurse bring Nancy with the nuts? Nutcrackers.
And again, all this time, adding or... Okay, let's go ahead and look at level 2 here. So this is more like a paragraph of text with a lot of words with the beginning, the initial sound that you're working on.
Noah read in the newspaper that the ninja Napoleon would be coming to Nebraska on November 9th. Noah and his neighbor decided to go together to see the great ninja Napoleon. Noah is bringing his notebook so he can take notes on how to do Napoleon's neat ninja moves. Noah hopes that he can also become a great ninja one day.
And again, all this time entering correct or incorrect as you go through.
Where did Noah read that Napoleon was coming? Newspaper. What did Noah bring to take notes in? Notebook. What does Noah want to become one day? Ninja.
Okay, and you can record all of that just like you can with everything else in this program, so don't save that. One thing I really like about this is you can work on multiple sounds simply by adding them to the project like this, and then you can begin the session. So you've got a lot of different sounds that you want to work on, along with the list that you can now change as to what words you want to work with or what sounds. This makes this great. So you can shuffle the multiple sounds. Going back out again, another very neat feature is, go back out of this one, sorry, is being able to create a group. So you can have a group session of up to 6 names. So if we add Alex, Benjamin and Cameron and we begin, you'll get to work on each of their names. So if I choose Alexander and I press the P, we are now going to work on that session. So we would go into this and work through the session.
Peach.
And so on. We can switch to Ben at any time, which is very neat. Choose the one that he wants to work on. Maybe he's on stories on level 2. and continue on there as he goes through. Click over to Cameron, again with a totally different exercise, and so on. The light bulb at the top here will give you some quick tips on how to use each of the words. You can watch the video tutorial, which we're going to put on the website as well, like I said. And it's amazing. You have got to get this app if you are looking for an articulation app. This is by far the very best articulation app that I think I've ever reviewed. The way that it's put together and the way that it works with the data collection, the word lists, and just the beauty of the entire thing is just fantastic. And for the price of $49, it's unbelievable. Lots of these apps sell for well over $100. It's a great app. So have a look, Articulation Station Pro, and I hope you enjoyed that.